Hello there. Today I just got back not too long ago from, it's a monthly weight loss support group meeting that my doctor, I've mentioned it before, my doctor's office has local support groups. He's really the only doctor, him and his, he's now brought in another doctor to help him because there's just a high volume of patients in this area now. But people come from all over, Kentucky and lots of cities far away from where I live to have the surgery with Dr. Boyce. So support groups are popping up all over the place. So individuals who have already had the surgery, who are several years post-op, create these meetings in different towns, different areas around here. So it's really, and a guest speaker every now and then. I think this is only my second time going, but from what I understand, occasionally they'll have like someone from the actual doctor's office come in, whether it be the nutritionist or one of his nursing assistants on his staff, or sometimes the doctor himself will come in and speak. But otherwise, it's just a one-time-a-month meeting that's held, and I happen to go to one in a town that's real close to me. And my last one I went because it was a requirement to get the surgery. He requires you to go to at least one support group meeting, and you have to have this paper signed off saying that you've been. And it's unfortunate, the lady who runs our group, she's I think she's 3 years out. She was over 500 pounds, and she now weighs 198 pounds, and she looks amazing. Her personality is awesome. She does a great job running the group. And she'd said, how many are these papers that she sees of people that come one time just to get that paper signed, and then they never see him again. And I told her, I have to admit, when I went the last time, I think that was my intention originally. I just wanted to get that paper signed so I could get in to see the doctor and get my one-on-one consultation. But I enjoyed it so much. And also, since being involved in this YouTube community, I've just realized how important support is. Support in any form that you can get it. I love the support I get here on the YouTube community, but nothing compares to actually having, one-on-one, face-to-face conversations with people who are in all different phases. People like me who, are getting ready to take this step. People who have, there was a guy there today. 4 days ago he had the surgery, and he says he feels amazing. He's had no problems, no pain. He's only been out of the hospital for 2 days, and he was already there at the support group meeting. And it's just things like that. It just solidifies even more to me that I'm going to do this, and it's going to be good. And I want to be one of those people showing up and passing my stack of pictures around before pictures, and everybody can ooh and ah. I can't wait till I get to that point. But I just wanted to say, for anybody who's out there, who's watching, who's listening, I know Christina Jasdafor, she says it all the time, what a wonderful community this is, and that's what we're all here for, is for support. But I do encourage anybody who's even pre-op, you don't have to be post-op to go to these support group meetings. They encourage you to go if you're pre-op, because you can get so many questions answered. And questions, like in my case, these are all people who have gone through my doctor's group, through this group. So, every doctor, as I'm finding out, is different. They have different guidelines, different restrictions, different rules for, the phases and what you do and what you don't. And so this way it's nice because I can actually talk to people who are patients of my surgeon, and I know what to look forward to and what to expect. Everything I've read, I just automatically assumed I'm going to have to do this 2-week liquid diet prior, but from all the people I've talked to there today, that doesn't seem to be the case. Nobody had. I mean, if there was a few that were, quite large, as myself, who he recommended you do a 2-week pre-op diet. They didn't even say it was all liquid. It's just a pre-op diet to try and help shrink the liver down some, so that it doesn't make it as hard on him. But not one person said that, it was a must. It was a requirement. Which still, when I actually get to meet with him, which I get to do next Friday, I'll have my one-on-one consultation, and that's when I'll find out for sure where he'll say, yes, Deanna, this is for you, and yes, I'll do it, and schedule me a date. And then from there, I'll have to do the psych eval, and I'll make videos to post on my progress as I get to that point. But the whole point of this is, I'm just rambling on, is I really, really enjoyed it. I mean, the last meeting I went to, there was maybe about 15, 20 people there. And again, I got a lot of good information. But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I'm getting my paper signed so I can do the next step. But when she made that comment about how many people come through there just to get their paper signed and they never see them again, I thought, I'm not going to be one of those people. I'm going to go back. And I'm so glad I did, and I'm so glad I'm going to keep going. You know, if it takes another year before I have the surgery, which, God forbid, it's not going to take that long. It's definitely not going to take that long. I can't wait that long. If I have to, I will, but I'm confident that it's not going to take that long. But I'm going to keep going, because there's nothing like having support from people who are thinking the same things you're thinking, going through what you're about to go through, or in the process or phase where you're currently at. I'm to the point where I'm just obsessed with this. The people at work, my family, they're so sick of hearing. I know they have to be sick of hearing me talk about it. And every time I find out some new information or I learn something new, I just can't wait. And I'm like, oh, I tell you all about this new thing, and you have to do this, and they all just kind of, yeah, that's good. They're sick of hearing it. They're not overweight. They're not obese. They're not super morbidly obese, especially like me. And they could care less. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're supportive that I'm going to do it, and they're happy for me. I do have good coworkers, and, my family is supportive, and everybody wants me to lose the weight so that I can be healthier and, live a longer life and be more active and all those reasons why I want to have it. But they're tired of hearing about it. I think they'll be real happy when my day comes and I can just have it and be done with it, and they probably wish I would just shut up about it. So it felt so good to be surrounded by all these people who, they're just like me. That's all they want to talk about, and that's what we're specifically there to talk about. So it's just wonderful. So I encourage any of you out there who are looking into it, especially those of you who have already had the surgery, see if you have a support group meeting, a local group of people. If you don't have one, try and get one together, and meet. Like I said, around here, there's probably, I live, between several different little towns here, and there was a couple at my support group meeting, and they said, you don't have to just go to one meeting, because it's once a month. They go to several, because there's several meetings in different, little cities around here. So I'm thinking about maybe even visiting another group, just to see how it goes, see if it's, just to see different people and where they're at, and follow their progress as well. And that's about it. I'll stop now and just say that support is so important, and I didn't really have a whole lot until I've joined this group and I've joined this YouTube community, and now I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful to all of you. So please keep putting your information out there. Please keep posting your progress, because I know it's doing worlds of good and for me and my process, and I'm sure it has to be helping hundreds, if not thousands, of others. So keep up the good work, everybody.